All right, ladies and gentlemen, how is everyone? We are beginning. All right, let me read some comments. So Uncomfortable says metastasize. Woody Johnson says over. All right. Okay, so if anybody wants to hop on, everybody's welcome. Let me share my Discord. Let's check the audio. Yeah, audio sounds good. Audio check. Sounds good. All right. I think this way it's better. You can see the lady in the background. All right, let's go to Discord. Try and find someone to debate us. But let me take the link first. The link debate topics. Here it is. Let me create the link. No. Almost. Gotcha, bitch. All right, so we took the link. We're going to Discord, and yeah, I don't think anybody said anything about us. So, as usual, hi everyone. Does anybody want to? Does anyone want to debate me on anything? Bam. So they changed my name. I mean, ask yourself, I guess. He changed my name to Attention Seeker. Please notice me. Yeah. So when they attack you personally, you know they don't want to debate you. They know they ain't got nothing. All right. You should ask them if it's okay, because someone might think you're one of them. It's royalty free. Oh, maybe he's not talking to me. Let's see if anybody is here wanting to debate. Let's see if... Oh, there's one person here, Mega Larry. Let's see if he wants to debate. Hey, Larry. Can you hear me, Larry? No, Larry cannot hear us, apparently. So I guess he's dead. All right, let's go to KFC. So, oh, there's people in KFC. We can just hop in and say hi. Does anybody want to debate? Why do I run back to you like I don't mind if you fuck up my life? Why am I sucking for all your lies? Shut up like lies on every line. Why do I come back to you? All right,
buddy. There's a conversation happening.
I'm sorry, I was listening to the music. Does anybody want to debate me?
Do you want to debate Mr. Slave Part?
Wait, I couldn't hear anything. Does anybody want to debate me?
No, thank you.
No one is interested? I have like a list of topics that I posted.
Yeah, we've seen the topics. No one wants to debate you right now. We're enjoying a conversation.
Okay,
there's a conversation literally happening that you just interrupted.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm leaving. Bye. All right, so that was what do you call it when something turns out to be uneventful? Well, that was climactic, anticlimactic. Well, that was anticlimactic. Wait, let's see if anybody's with us. Nobody's with us. Well, at least 3 people are watching. So I have some reason to live. Let's see what's going on this server. I don't see anything. It's very colorful. This is Discord debates. I don't see anything going on. I don't think I've ever been on a debate here. Where can I drop my link? I guess in general. I guess here. All right. Let's see. Paste. And Moxie. How I defeated fascism. All right. Not interesting. And Vegan World. Vegan World usually has a lot of people running around. Oh, so many. Oh, so many. And Mega Larry is here too. All right. So, let me try and see if I can enter this debate.
Probably molest children.
I got that beat, bro.
What?
Pet got ass beat. Nah,
Probably
no
force your
way.
children to be vegan. Child
What?
molester. Sorry, I don't talk to child molesters, piece of shit.
Child.
Hey, does anybody want to debate me? I just posted a link with.
What are we debating, man?
Sure.
What are we debating?
There's
Yeah,
a
I'll
list.
debate with
Why
you.
is the photo a big titty woman? That's my question. That's the only debate I got for you.
It's a long story. It's really a boring story.
Are we like debating women? Oh man, I wish I could debate women. But me personally,
Not gonna lie, that okay looks like an epic grab, but I am not clicking on any of your shit.
Wait, you went through the entire list? You don't like anything?
okay, bro. If you're trying to like get somebody's IQ, let me go. It's
Wait,
not gonna
what?
work on me. Because women
Yeah,
are pretty,
buddy.
but men are even harder.
Oh, Shark Hunter, you need to chill, bro.
Anyway, I'm streaming this on YouTube.
Yeah.
Anybody wants to debate me?
Oh yeah, sure. I'm non-vegan.
Oh, I'm non-vegan too. So, but did you look at the list of topics that I want to debate? Or
Tell me.
hold on. It's difficult to tell you. But hold on.
You can send me a list.
Okay, so veganism. Are you like anti-vegan? I'm anti-vegan.
I'm anti-vegan too. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that's not good.
Same.
Are you pro cockfighting? Cockfights?
What the hell? What do you mean by cockfighting?
Like roosters. Wait, guys, please don't make noise. Like roosters fighting, for like gambling.
Oh yeah. I think I gotta go. But goodbye.
Oh my god.
Mr. Slaver, I'm gonna have to ask you about those questions, buddy.
Yeah.
Shut up, kid.
What's the
Cat.
question?
Who said that? Who said shut up?
What's the question?
Why were you asking those types of questions?
Why are you
It's a
talking to a
debate.
kid like
It's a debate topic. You want to debate
Lily,
that?
shut the hell up!
There's a bunch of debate topics.
me, bro? It was the other guy.
I don't
Anyway,
care, shut up.
there's a whole list. There's a list of like 15
Bro, I
items
promise you.
choose from. Let me just mute the guy who's yelling. Who's the guy who's
Oh,
yelling?
bro,
Can you tell me?
I'm sorry.
It's Lily.
Hold on. Let me mute him.
Oh,
Lily. His name is
no.
Lily. All right. Mute. All right. So I can read to you a list of topics if you want. So cockfights is one. Do you know anything about quantum gravity? About singularity of a black hole? Are you there? Do you want to debate or do you not want to debate? All right, you don't want to debate. Okay.
Your name's Mr. Slave.
Okay, let's keep looking.
I mean, who could not like slaves? I mean,
I guess. There's nothing here. Okay. I thought there would be someone to debate, but I guess there's more people during the weekend to debate than during the week. But
I offered in the chat. I don't know if you saw.
Oh, you offered? That's terrific.
yeah, yeah, you slave.
Let me go see. You offered in the chat. I'll debate
Mr. Slave, can
you.
you bark?
What does it mean? Oh, trusted. Okay, trusted. So I see trusted. Hey man, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Terrific. So, what do you want to debate? Did you see my list of topics?
Mm-hmm.
So you have a favorite?
Not. Oh, I didn't read them all yet.
You okay?
Amoral egoism as a descriptive of all life, as a normative survival strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The purpose of debate is to convince your debate partner, not anyone else. Okay, I'll put that. That's my number one that I would debate you on right now.
Okay. You want to start?
Reductio is not an argument. Reductio can help you win in life to promote your mission, but it is not logical. I think reductios are logical, but I don't think that. I think you're right about that one. I don't disagree with the rest of the sentence.
Okay.
If I were you, I would recommend removing "but is not logical" from that number 3, and you would have a stronger position there.
I mean, there's two types of reductios. You know, when you look up reductio, so there's a contradictory reductio and there's an absurdum reductio. So the absurdum is, I think that's not logical. There's nothing. There's no. It's a logical fallacy to claim that something is absurd. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I see.
And that's how you.
Yeah, but one can be logical or not logical, right?
I,
Like that reductio can be logical or not logical.
which reductio? The contradictory or the absurd?
The absurd one. Like
The-
there can be errors in logic in arriving there and that sort of thing.
But
Like it can be a
fine,
logically absurd.
you can point to the errors, but just to say, well, that's absurd. That's it, that in itself is not an argument. I
Yeah,
debate.
I agree with that.
Right. I debate vegans, and they seem to claim to win because my position is absurd because I am amoral, and for me, eating humans is undefined. I don't have a position, and they get upset that, and then they say, "Well, that's ridiculous, so we win." If you know what I'm.
I would think that most people who have common morality would recoil at that idea.
Yeah,
But
I'm saying that's
but
not.
no, I don't think that like
Would
I
you?
think
Would
that
you?
will be convincing to a lot of people, but it probably won't be convincing to you as the interlocutor, right?
I don't care if something is convincing to a lot of people. That doesn't mean anything. That's not a logical claim. That's a statistical claim about, and we can debate it. I don't think it's correct. I think all people are amoral egoists, so they know that there's no morality. But fine, whatever. I
I
mean,
was referring to like your second one, number 2, right? The purpose of debate is to convince your debate partner, not anyone else.
oh, the purpose. Yeah. So
So
you think that it's not? You think that the purpose is to convince the audience?
I think the purpose is no one particular thing. I think there are many possible purposes of having a debate with someone.
I mean, if it happens to be that if during the debate you suddenly try to convince somebody else, you have effectively left the debate. You lost. So it's like a logical
With respect to which metric?
winning and losing a debate. I mean, if you define that it's possible to win and lose a debate, how do you win and lose a debate? Well, one way I would claim you lose a debate, at least temporarily, is if you just abandon the debate. Then effectively, technically, you walked away, you lost. You can always come back and we can continue, but temporarily you lost. You admit defeat. You walked away. You start speaking to someone else. You start claiming to the audience, well, he's obviously a ridiculous person. You start making fun of your interlocutor. So
Yeah, these are all things that can happen that depending on what the stated goal is. Like I think that yes, what you said is true, but it's tautological with respect to the goal that you set out.
yeah, I agree. It's maybe I'll take it out. Yeah.
I don't want to like ruin your list. This is fun, but I don't know.
No,
With a
ruin
bunch of stuff that's hard to defend.
ruin it. Ruin it as much as possible. I'm not here to defend my list. I'm here to seek truth and find out the truth of the universe.
Let's see. Reductio is not an argument. I think the contradictory one is, but I don't think the absurdum one is not.
I agree. Let me maybe make a comment about that. Yeah.
Although, isn't the contradiction one a form of absurdism?
No. No.
Because
Mhm.
the reason why I would suggest that would be that if amoral egoism
Mhm.
is what you're claiming to be the universal moral system,
Mhm.
then contradictions are I don't know what the problem with the contradiction is.
No, there is no problem with a contradiction, assuming amoral egoism. I agree. As long as you
So
don't,
then,
as long as you
go
don't
ahead, sorry.
contradict amoral egoism. If you come to a if you assume immoral egoism and you conclude not amoral egoism, then that's absurd, right? That is a reductio. That cannot be. I guess it wouldn't make any sense. You assume something, you reduce to no, it cannot be. You proved that it cannot be done. So you um, so you proved it. You proved it cannot be. You don't need to say there's a contradiction. You just prove it cannot be. But yeah, it's possible to lie as long as you're promoting for egoistic purposes. Yeah, you can lie, of course.
Yeah, and often I find that often people who appeal to this sort of commitment to egoism to the exclusion of everything else tend to deploy that pretty commonly. I don't think you will, but I do think people do tend to do that.
To do what? To play?
To lie.
Oh, egoists tend to lie? Why would you say that?
Well, I mean,
Long-term
if you think
egoists.
about it, whatever benefit that they're
That's
getting from interacting with a conversation, right?
But that's short-term. But there's also long-term egoism. And
What
when
is long-term egoism?
uh
For the record, I'm not anti-egoism, by the way.
okay.
I think I mean I'm anti any ism, but I
Mhm.
think that egoism is an important, like moral, an important part of the moral landscape. I just don't think it's the be-all, end-all the way you're presenting it.
Oh. My egoism, I would say it's like rationality. From the rationality assumption, from the foundations of economics. Because when I say rationality,
Interesting.
people don't know what I mean, so I started saying amoral egoism, but that's what I mean. I just mean rationality. If you're familiar with the economic theory, with choice theory.
I was an economics minor, so yes, I'm familiar with what you mean.
Okay, so that's what I mean. I just renamed it so that people get less confused, because I guess there's an actual philosophy, an actual branch of philosophy called rationalism or something.
But
I don't.
Slave, what does economics have to do with your?
Rationalism is a belief or theory that opinions and actions should be based on reason and knowledge rather than religious belief or emotional response. That's I would say that someone can be an egoist and not a rationalist.
Wait, what? Someone can be
An egoist and not a rationalist.
how? Give me an example, I guess.
They can not arrive at their decisions based on reason.
Rational doesn't
on
really.
a religious belief or emotional response,
I mean,
right?
you could claim that math is a religion. I actually believe math. I mean, Popper defined science as a religion, and math and logic fall into science. So basically, everything is a religion.
I'm just
Christianity.
going on
What?
this definition.
What?
I'm just going on this definition. Hang on.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It's
yeah.
okay to
Okay,
DM
if you
you?
have a different definition, then yeah, I could agree.
Yeah.
Are you gonna paste it?
Yeah, I just sent it to your DM.
Oh, my DM. Okay. DM.
That reason rather than experience is the foundation of certainty and knowledge. Is that what you mean?
No, that's not No, that's rationalism. I mean rationality. The rationality assumption in choice theory in economics just means you are maximizing your well-being. That's all.
The assumption of rational behavior implies that people would rather take actions that benefit them versus actions that are neutral or harm them.
Yeah.
Most
L-
classical economic theories are based on the assumption that all individuals taking part in an activity are behaving rationally.
Wait, where are
Got
you
it.
reading from?
I just Googled it.
Okay. So the rationality assumption applies to amoebas as well. Amoebas are rational. All
Per this definition.
Yeah, viruses are rational. All living beings are rational. It has to do, I mean, my conclusion is that it really has to do with evolution and demographic pressure and the survival of the fittest. You have to be, you have to look out for yourself. You have to optimize your well-being, and you have to optimize in such a way, short term versus long term. That's, but at the end of the day, you have to optimize your own well-being.
Wait. If you're going to use a definition of optimizing, like if you're going to define optimizing your well-being as optimizing your survival potential, then that's just tautological. If what you mean is optimizing your well-being, meaning that you are always making every play to, I don't know, maximize your own resources or something like that,
Right, it's not.
is that
Look,
how would you interpret that?
when push comes to shove, when you really try to get, squeeze out the exact definition, always going to lose. You cannot define a chair. You cannot define anything. Everything escapes the ultimate definition. Nothing can be. I've yet to discover the ultimate definition of anything. So I'm like an extreme skeptic. So everything
Oh,
for me is so. Like every definition, yeah, okay, we can go with that. So if you really squeeze the definition to its the maximum, it's going to evaporate between your fingers. It always happened to me, and I think it should. We can prove mathematically it should always happen. I think it has to do with the fact that we just don't know what reality is. We have no access to actual reality. So, but I don't know.
oh, I just think that happens because we're describing emergent phenomena that are accessible to us in the nexus of our existence, i.e., the scale and the time and the perspective
Yeah, but
that we
everything is an emergent phenomenon. We don't know what reality is. So
we don't know that everything's an emergent phenomenon, but virtually everything we interact with on a day-to-day
I'm
basis is.
I'm saying
Yeah.
we don't know. I'm sorry. I'm saying we don't know what reality is. We have no access to actual reality. We might be in the matrix and something. So we don't know what reality is. So everything, as far as we are concerned, might as well be an emergent property of actual reality.
Well, so you're claiming that like there's infinite scale in every direction, like it's infinite up and infinitesimal down,
We just don't know. We just have no idea what's going on.
right? But then that it could be, and therefore, because we don't have any way to know where we are in this scale, that we would presume that, or we wouldn't presume, certainly with respect to anything that we will interact with, right? Like there are certain limitations in each scalar direction that we will never have access to.
No, there's no limitation.
So just
It's
presume that everything that we observe is an emergent from something smaller,
sure.
or
Yeah.
yeah.
or yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So does that make? I don't believe that makes definitions invalid
I'm not saying invalid. I'm just saying when you try to squeeze,
or unsound, I guess.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know why definitions evaporate when you squeeze them. They just
You mean,
do.
so in the chair example, what you mean when evaporate when squeeze is
What is a chair?
the
Let's go.
chair. What is a chair?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a chair is
Here,
an object.
I'll stop you. I'll stop you right there. You're using a language, so you're using a dictionary. A
Oh,
dictionary is
No, I
self-referential.
didn't look up a I didn't look up a
No,
dictionary.
no, I'm just saying you're using a language. A language is self-referential. At the end of the day, you're going to define things by themselves. So it's going to be
Oh,
self-referential, which
I was trying to see
Mhm.
that though. I
What?
was just trying to understand what you mean when you say that they're going to evaporate.
I mean, okay,
Like the chair I'm sitting on is defo a chair.
it's definitely a chair.
Yeah, for sure. It's even a
Uh,
kind of chair.
okay, but
It's serving the function of a chair.
right, but
It's shaped like chairs generally are shaped.
how can I know that what you mean by a chair is what I mean by a chair? For example, that's just one counter that I could think of. I think of many. Like even your pronunciation. How can I know that you pronounce it properly and maybe you missed the syllable and really you meant something else and another who knows what?
mhm.
But what is a chair? You
Right,
didn't
but
you
the idea that I intend to communicate, we feel quite confident, right? That idea
with the
has been
with
successfully communicated, right?
and I would stress the word quite before the confident. That's the problem. It's not absolute. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Empiricism isn't absolute because there are
Yeah, and that's all we have.
because we're observing we're observing
It's not,
emergent
but it's not
properties.
only empiricism. It's also when you imagine. How do you know what you imagine you really imagine? Maybe you didn't imagine what you just thought you imagined, and your memory is fooling you. How can you trust your memory? How can you trust your thoughts? You can't.
Well, you don't have to trust your thoughts 100%
Right.
or have
Exactly.
100% clear.
Fine, exactly. So it's not 100%. So even if all I'm saying is nothing is 100%. That's all I'm saying. You,
Oh, but
I'm an ultimate skeptic. When it comes to the final squeeze, I'm saying I don't know. I don't have the 100% probability. It's always
no,
just
so
under.
what does that that seem, no offense, that does seem like profound to me. Although
Unprofound?
I guess if somebody's like never thought about it before,
This is
it could be more
incredible. This
profound, I
took
guess.
me. This resolves so many conflicts. This is so practical. This is the most.
What conflict did this resolve for you?
Like any time you have any discussion with anyone about anything, I mean, you have to really start thinking about the very words and the meaning of the words and then you
Yeah.
see. I mean, try it. I mean, we haven't had a conflict, but like any conflict. Anyway, for me, it's the most practical revelation that I've had in my entire life is that everything is not 100% nor 0%. Everything is just between those.
Right.
Everything. Your thoughts,
I would say logic can be 100%.
no, it cannot. Logic is just, that's like saying chess can be 100%. Can chess be
Yeah.
100%? Can soccer be 100%?
Can soccer, like theoretically, chess can be. Checkers certainly is and solved already.
No. I mean, look, I can
Maybe I'm
agree.
not referring to the same thing you're referring
No.
to.
I'm
I don't
saying,
know.
okay, we can agree here. Chess and checkers and soccer and logic and math are just games, right? You set up the game with a bunch of rules and then you go to war, basically, right? You can solve an equation before somebody else, or you can solve it correctly, you can solve more correctly. I mean, it's a game. It's just a game with axioms. The axioms are just the rules of the game, or the axioms or whatever. The
Right, within
foundation.
the scope of that game, then you do have things that are
Fine.
100%, right?
That's because we agreed on 100%.
Yeah.
But no, but then no,
So
you
some
still
things are 100%.
no, but then you still are always wait. Did you really? Did we really agree, or did I imagine? Like think like you just took drugs. Wait, did you just say something? Wait, it's like always. Wait, did you just say something? Wait, right? It's always that. So when you're
You're saying
not,
memory is unreliable,
of
so
course, of course,
logic
of
is
course,
not 100%.
of course. Your brain. You don't even know how. We don't even know. No one knows, as far as I know. I don't know. Okay, I don't know how the brain works. So I cannot assume anything about. I cannot trust what I don't understand. Even if I did understand, like let's say I understood my iPhone 100%. It's not 100% reliable. Even a switch to turn on the light. Let's say I can see it in front of my eyes. I cannot rely on it 100%. Things always break down. Of course, more complex break down more often, so it's less reliable. Anyway, that's all I'm saying.
Wait, what did you say before that?
About this with the light switch?
You said all things break down.
Yeah, especially when they're complex. I mean, the light switch you can
Is
rely.
that 100%?
No, nothing is 100%. I'm always skeptical. So
Okay.
everything I'm saying is like so-so. It's like, yeah, more or less. Everything is you can always add, yeah, more or less.
No,
Well,
I think that's fallacious.
wait, what?
Yeah, I think that's a massive mistake.
Why? Where's the
Yeah, I
mistake?
see this pretty often actually, in people who are skeptically minded. I think it's good to be skeptical. I think that being skeptical is important, but I also think that tuning your skepticism to practicality,
I
right,
agree. No,
is
I'm
real
I'm completely practical.
is
I'm a
no,
scientist.
but you understand that it's not 50-50
I'm not saying
whether
I didn't
I
say
jump, I'm going to like
I
I
didn't
don't
say
think he said it was
I didn't
50-50.
say 50-50. No, I'm just saying it's not 100. That's all. It's not zero.
yeah,
It's
but
not.
that doesn't arrive you at so like whatever, it could be either
No,
way,
ultimately, the
like shrugging your shoulders.
ultimately,
No, I
it's
think he's saying ultimately
yeah,
everything is so.
yeah. Ultimately, when you squeeze it to the end, to the edge, to the final
Dude,
bit.
this guy sounds based, whoever this guy is.
Thanks.
I think he's streaming. You can go watch his
Yeah, I'm
stream if you
streaming.
want
It's
to.
live on YouTube. You can. I have plenty of it.
You like him because he's an egoist, just like you.
Is he?
Yeah, I'm an
I
egoist.
think
Yes,
that,
Oh
I
my
think
god,
that's what
dude. Why are you so based?
I think that's what the term based means. Is I agree with this person.
It kind of, yeah. I think it's supposed to mean you're true to yourself, but people have
Yeah.
twisted it.
Yeah, I'm very true to my. It took me many years to come to be able to be true to myself. It's really really complicated. It's very difficult to hold it in your brain. It evaporates as soon as you let go and you come back. You're already confused and nothing makes any sense.
Well, yeah,
Interesting.
I would say the structures in our brain are temporary for sure and unreliable. I think I'm pretty
No, but
comfortable with agreeing on that.
I'm saying being an
What I'm not
egoist.
agreeing on is that some of these is that logical structures are not reliable.
I'm not saying the logic. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying
But
what?
wait, can I add one more thing to that just to flesh it out a little bit?
Sure.
Yeah, for something that is so reliable, like 2 + 2 = 4,
No, one plus
right?
one. Go with 1 + 1 = 2. I deny that 1 + 1 = 2 is a true statement.
Yeah, so how do you demonstrate that?
Demonstrate that it's not a true statement.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can presuppose logic at all.
I'm not presupposing. We would literally have like all the evidence in the world that one can possibly have pointing towards 2 + 2 = or 1 + 1 = 2.
Yes.
Well, all of the evidence in accordance to what?
No, I would say okay.
In
Yeah,
accordance to
empirical
what
observed
presupposition?
reality. Empirical observed
So,
reality.
so it means you're just presupposing empiricism.
Exactly. You're relying on
Presupposing
your
empiricism.
perception of reality, or you're assuming that your perception of reality is truth, and from that you derive.
No, that's not enough.
Okay, well, then what?
Okay. So, I get what you're saying. Right, but I think that okay, I think I see what your argument is. So you're just saying that like because we don't actually know what reality is all about,
Exactly.
that all the things that we do, we can't genuinely like
Exactly.
100% rely
Exactly.
on
Exactly.
all the feelings. And so these are like interesting logical problems. that I
Okay.
think that philosophers might kick around or whatever. I don't think that they provide value in terms of understanding the world that we are all sharing right now.
In my
Really?
Right.
yeah, go ahead.
And in my experience, I think that it's not simply a presupposition. I think that I think that mountains of evidence invalidate it as a presupposition.
Look, when you study even physics and quantum mechanics and astrophysics, everything, when you study physics, it's so weird that you have to be able to say this entire thing someone wrote a bad script. You have to be able to say it because that's what it looks like. So if you deny that, you're denying an actual theory, in my opinion.
I didn't deny that.
So that's all I'm saying. I mean, it looks like this reality is made up. It's a bad dream.
No, it doesn't. I get that sensation, and I'm not unsympathetic to it either.
I mean,
However, I don't think that
here for 100
I
years,
don't think that the possibility that the narrow possibility that we actually don't even know the possibility of it could be zero.
look, here's something practical.
Wait, hang on. Let me just
Sure.
finish my sentence. Yeah, that we're all hallucinating this, and all the memories that our brains grab are not real. All of the education that we had never happened. That we're just like a fart in a jar somewhere in this moment, and then that's it. And then in the next moment, we won't be here, right?
You have to be open
All
to
that stuff,
yeah.
all that stuff might maybe be a thing,
Yeah.
right? Like, however, I think what you're doing is you're effectively denying the null hypothesis, is basically what it is. You're saying like the null hypothesis is, I'm going to take a pro stance against a null hypothesis.
What do you mean by null hypothesis? I'm not familiar so much with this term.
The null hypothesis is that the proposal that you present is false.
What's my
And
proposal? That
your proposal is that it could be that that this is like not real.
all I'm saying is it's unknowable. We can never ever ever know actual truth, actual reality, objective reality. We can never know it. It's always and will be unknowable in every universe that I can imagine. It's unknowable.
I don't really feel like you interacted with what I said, but I get what you're saying.
That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is that all the interaction that we're having,
yeah,
it falls within the game that we've all walked up to
Yes.
the table to play.
Yes.
And within that game, there is truth. There are
Sure.
logical things that are
Sure.
tautologically
Yes.
just the case.
Yes, but that's
right?
not truth. That's a game.
But
As long as
if you say, hang on, so like
Sure.
say we're playing Monopoly,
Sure.
right? We've agreed on some rules.
Exactly.
And then you come in and you say, and you like, I'm about to win, and you say you put like you pull out of your pocket like $2,000 that came from, I don't know, the Game of Life or some other board game, and you said, okay, well now I have $2,000, so now I'm going to keep playing this game that we're playing, but with concepts that exist outside of the scope of this game that we're playing. Right? That's what this is.
No, I'm not saying
when you try to like, if during a conversation you appeal to it at any point, that's what this is.
No, I'm not. That's a violation of the rules of the game of Monopoly, and in math, that would be a violation of the assumptions of the axioms. I'm not violating any axioms. Whatever we agree. But in the game of Monopoly, after we finish, it has no impact on the universe outside of that game. So I won the game. I won $1 million. Wait, I won the game. I won $1 million within the game of Monopoly. Then we close the board, put it in the box, leave the room. Right? The universe has not been impacted. I don't have $1 million in the bank due to winning the Monopoly. Right? If we restart
the
game,
thing still happened though.
Right, but
and the molecules still moved around, and they're still going to
Sure.
impact the
Yeah,
universe.
yeah. I agree with that. I'm just saying math. Within math, you can prove anything you want. This has nothing to do with reality. It's just within the rules. It's not true that 1 + 1 = 2 unless you assume math. Within the game called math, within that game, yes, we can prove that 1 + 1 = 2. But
Right.
outside, no, we cannot. It has no impact because we didn't define math. We didn't define the axioms. We don't have numbers. We don't have we have nothing. Even when you count your fingers, 1 + 1 = 2. That has there's presuppositions. There is axioms there that you're building on. Without those, you have
Axioms.
nothing. What?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I just
Okay.
think that it's not particularly useful to invoke
Super
during
useful. Because
hang on, let me finish the sentence.
sure.
Anytime you're having a conversation about what's happening in reality, right, that we can observe,
I
and
just
that we're all seeing together. Like, you and I are both staring at a computer right now,
sure.
and you and I can both agree on that,
Sure.
and we have empirics to support that,
Sure.
and there's math support and engineering supporting the computers, and on
Yes.
and on and on and on and on
Yeah.
and on and on. And so within this game,
Yes.
right, to appeal to, oh, you can never know reality,
Yes.
it's nonsense with respect to understanding the thing that you and I are interacting with.
You just got here. Are we memeing about solipsism?
Yeah.
This person kind of takes like a solipsistic approach to everything.
I don't think so. I don't think that's what he's saying. I think he's saying that like fundamentally he can't observe truth and he doesn't know certainty. He's not talking about.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
What kind
that's
of fucking
the
epistemic standard is that?
yeah.
I mean,
I get where you're coming from, Code. At the end of the day, like, this is when I say that this is like solipsism with respect to existence kind of thing. It's
Here, let me
like solipsism is this idea is that you can never truly know that anybody else is like conscious or whatever, and
wait, hold on.
therefore you're the only.
Let me
Right.
say something. I mean, you've been speaking your mind, and I appreciate it. I appreciate everything you said. But let me say something. So
Yeah,
last
sure.
night I was debating someone about the definition of science, the meaning of science, whatever. So he claimed that because we know quantum mechanics, that ultimately the particles are not particles; they're actually mathematical objects. So once you know what I just said, that math is just a game, you know that that's BS. That the universe cannot be ultimately mathematical. Mathematics is just a game. It doesn't mean anything to claim that the universe is that the particle is actually a mathematical function, like a wave equation, whatever. That cannot be. That's a game that we invented out of whole cloth.
Well, wait. Okay, it's not a
What
quote
work
unquote
does that
game
do?
though. It's a tool. Like you framing it as a game is applying like a negative connotation to it unnecessarily.
Yeah,
It's a tool
yeah.
that we use
I
to
agree with that.
explore the facets of the world.
Yeah, I 100% agree with
There's
that.
no distinction between the game of math and the game of Monopoly, the game of chess, the game of soccer. We invented rules. These are the axioms within, and now once we agreed on the rules, we can play a game. We can solve equations. Yeah, that's just playing the game within.
Yeah, I disagree from a linguistic perspective. I think the way that you're using the word game in this context doesn't make sense.
Do you
You
think
shouldn't
one
use the word
here?
game.
Let me ask you. Let me
Yeah,
prove it. Do you think?
I would say tool.
No, I would not. Okay, here, let me prove it. So, I don't know who I'm talking to, but whoever is objecting to
You
my
were talking to me.
oh,
And
Code,
then I hijacked the conversation because I'm 200 IQ. You're welcome.
thank you. I appreciate that.
Same.
No, it's very helpful. I will have to dip soon, and I would like to pass it over to you, Code, just so you guys can have a good time.
I'm only
But
here for another
I do want to ask.
15 minutes.
Okay, then can we quickly get to veganism is suboptimal?
Oh yeah, that's easy. I've been through this many times.
Well, I haven't been through it at all, so
yeah.
let me read your argument, and then
Okay.
you can tell me, and I'll
All
tell you
right.
what pops out to me. Is that cool?
Sure, yeah, fine. Take your
I know
time.
it's your show, so you can. Is that okay?
Of course.
All right. Veganism is suboptimal. This means that if we compare two identical universes, one that is vegan and another that is not vegan, and we do the accounting in a happiness balance sheet, pleasure versus pain, then we can demonstrate mathematically that a non-vegan universe is happier.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just optimal by what standard is the better question.
Veganism is suboptimal with respect to happiness.
Right. So happiness is a
Is that what
balance
he
sheet.
said?
Yeah, balance. Okay, so here I'll explain. So happiness is a balance sheet, like accounting. We say that pleasure is plus and pain is minus, and we do the balance sheet, and we will see that a carnivore universe is happier. So
And is that related to an egoist worldview?
maybe,
Or
I
like
mean,
a hedonistic worldview where
probably.
we're not counting the
No, no, no.
experiences?
I'm not sure we're gonna need it. I mean, it always depends on the interlocutor, what his assumptions are. So, I mean,
Yeah,
I can.
let me hear your argument for that.
Okay, so just in a carnivore universe, you just have more life, more animals, not more life, just more animals because you want to eat them, right? Let's say a carnivore universe.
What?
Yeah, let's say
What?
in a carnivore universe, we have only one guy. Let's say we have in this universe only one guy, and let's start him by being a vegan, technically a vegan, not philosophically, just technically he only eats plants. All right, so he has to spend his energy on his farm bringing up his plants in order to eat them.
Are you not going to use Robinson Crusoe this time, like you have
No,
the past 5?
no, I don't need. I
Come
simplify.
on, Robinson Crusoe on the island, bro. Come on.
I
I'm gonna go see that next week, by the way.
Oh,
I'm gonna be in Florida next week. I can't
just
wait.
go with the usual script, man. Come on.
I want to hear something new. I want to hear him.
I simplify.
Flexes.
I'm always simplifying my arguments.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah. Make it dumb for like a 5th grader because I didn't graduate 4th grade.
Because no one knows who Robinson Crusoe is. I spend
I know
time
who it is.
explaining. Yeah, I don't want to. I'll assume you don't know. Anyway, so if he's a vegan, so he spends X amount of time growing his plants, eating them, resting, in a cycle. Okay, but now let's switch to him becoming a carnivore only. So he only eats meat. So until now, he was busy 100% of the time growing his plants. He didn't have a second left. That's the assumption. Now that he's a carnivore, all this time is going to be spent bringing up animals, taking care of the animals so that he can eat them. So before he was alone in the universe, now he is surrounded by animals and everybody's happy. There's more animals now than there were before necessarily. Hence, the universe is a happier place. Now, about the murder, yeah, let's for now assume he's going to murder them while they sleep instantaneously, so there's no pain. So there's zero pain in this universe and just pure pleasure, and there's more souls and everybody's having a great old time. So it's a happier universe. That's the proof.
Okay. So my first question, so I could explore this, but my first question is, do you think that this applies to going to the store today and purchasing an animal product?
100%, of course.
Okay. So
but that's
how
not
do you
but that's
account?
not but that's not
So
important.
how do you account?
Yeah.
So how do you account for the not happiness part of what animals experience as a consequence of that action?
Right. Okay.
In
So
your math.
wait. So let's do it one step at a time. So are you a vegan? I'm curious. You don't have to answer. I'm just curious if you're a vegan.
Of course I am.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't know why anybody wouldn't be.
Okay, that's fine.
That's what a ridiculous thing to not be.
All right. So okay, so you're a vegan. Wait, where was I in the thought process? Do you, if you were this guy, would you agree that it's better to be carnivore than vegan? If you were alone in the universe, would you be vegan or would you be carnivore?
So I could be a vegan, and I think I could find.
What's preferable? Which universe do you prefer, and why?
Hang on. Yeah, I could be a vegan. So let's take your carnivore universe, right? So the person starts out as a vegan, and they start raising these animals. This person now has company.
No, a vegan doesn't have time to do that. All his time is spent on the plants. He doesn't have time. That's the assumption. If he goes
Oh.
carnivore, then all
Well,
his time.
then it would be disanalogous with modern day veganism.
No. I'm just
Or
first. I
not
need to understand.
inapplicable to.
No,
Yeah,
I
go
need to
ahead.
understand. I need to understand your answer. If you were this person, would you be vegan all alone in the universe? I would say sad and lonely in this vegan universe, or would you be surrounded by happy animals and then butchering them and eating them? But at least you'd have animals around you to to communicate with and have a great time with,
Um,
and they would exist.
that's a tough question.
Bro.
I don't know the answer to that question.
No, you
What
have
I
to
do
answer.
know-
Wait, you have
I'm
to
Can
answer.
make the
pretty
same argument
confident-
to justify murder.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
pretty
you could use the
confident.
exact same.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I
Bus.
agree. I agree. That doesn't mean
But I
you
want to
win.
I want to interact with
you
the
don't win.
specific hypothetical that he
You
presented to me rather than.
you don't win a debate by claiming that my position is absurd. So yeah, we can eat humans as well, but we can start with
Can
chickens.
we
There's no difference.
Can we stay on track, please?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So, because I'm trying, I have work in the morning, and I really need to be embedded. I think I had less time than you did, and I'm sorry, Code, about that. I'm taking too much time.
What?
To answer your
Oh, you're fine.
Okay, to answer your question, I think that for me, I would probably be happier not butchering innocent baby animals for
That's not my
trivial
question.
taste pleasure.
That's not my question.
Or to exploit them for their company. I wouldn't do either of those things. That would bother me too
That's
much.
also
I would
not my
experience too much harm.
question. Not my question. So we're doing a
So my
balance
decision.
sheet. No, we're doing a balance sheet of the total happiness of the universe. We might as well go to eat humans now. Let's switch to eating humans. So before there was one person, now you can raise a bunch of people and then eat them just the same way. But at any given time in this universe, there's more people. Wouldn't you? And they're all happy. So the average happiness in the universe, in the carnivore universe that we eat humans in, the average happiness on average is greater than you alone in the vegan universe. Do you agree or disagree?
So yeah, so let's say that we tune this universe perfectly to accomplish that.
Yeah.
Where we actually do have a universe where it's on net like happier or whatever.
Yeah.
And let's say that I go with that. I'm not convinced of that. Like, I'm
Okay.
not sure how I feel about my happiness and making a decision to create a world like that.
Let's ignore it. That's not on the table. I care for the total happiness. I mean, you're
The total happiness. And how
Right.
do you measure that again?
There's just people running around laughing. There's kids. You're bringing up children. They're always laughing and giggling. You know, kids. Everybody's happy. And then when they sleep, you take them out. They never felt any
Yeah.
pain.
So I think what's happening and what's making this so by your metric, that is optimal. I would agree per your metric. I think the metric is not good.
What's
And
wrong
I
with
think
the
the
metric?
metric is not a reliable pathway to
Why? What's wrong with that?
creating a world that people like more or
Why?
want to live in or
Where's the
whatever.
problem?
Yeah. So it's two things. One is you are conflating pleasure and pain to a
There's no
net
pain.
metric.
Let's assume there's no pain. Everybody takes a pill before they go to sleep. They go into deep sleep, and then we shut their brains off faster than any neuron can intra communicate internally. There's zero pain guaranteed.
So what I think that is better than a world where it's just one person and the only thing they can do is grow plants on an empty spaceship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would actually agree with you that given a choice between those two worlds, that there would be, per this metric, there would be more pleasure versus pain. But
There's no
again,
pain.
like I have a problem, right? Because you've already set that at 0. But I have a problem with the metric. Like that metric is not valuable.
I can
to me.
help you. I can help you.
I think taking away the positive future states of others, right? So like there's a difference between causing harm, stopping harm, causing pleasure, and stopping pleasure, right? These are all things that have like different
Right, but we're doing a
moral
balance
qualities
sheet.
about them when you're doing.
Right, but
Yeah, and so like aggregating them together like that is dubious in my
Why?
opinion. Because you're mixing stuff that doesn't necessarily morally mix.
Like what? Wait, morally? No, there's no moral. There's no morality.
No, I have morality, right?
So it's not you. It's another person. It does. Okay, it's not you. So do you first agree
It's
that it's?
another amoral egoist.
Would you
who's
recommend to me?
experiencing-
I love animals, and I don't see the problem with shutting down their nervous system instantaneously, zero pain, and eating them. I don't see
Mhm.
any issue with that. They're
I do,
no.
but it's
So
not
it's me.
me in the
Okay, would you
hypothetical, right?
recommend for me to live in a carnivore universe or in a vegan universe?
I think so. Here's what I think is happening.
Yes.
What I want to do is I want to continue down the line of conversation
Sure.
by conceding to some of these hypotheticals to see where you go. But all of these problems that I'm presenting to you now are problems that are going to arise once we try to apply this to the real world, or once we try to apply it to a metric outside of this one,
Okay.
right?
Sure.
And if we try to introduce information to increment this hypothetical out of this like specific hypothetical, we're going to materially change the outcome. So I think using the term carnivore world versus vegan world
Hmm.
in this particular hypothetical is probably incomplete. I think it's shorthand that's doing way more work and is probably misusing the definitions. But that's
But
okay. That's the definition we've chosen for just the example. So I'll say in this example, you got me. The carnivore world wins. So what's next?
thank you. Okay, so you want to, yeah, and in the hypothetical, I would then continue to complete this world and make it into our world, and at every point you will agree with me, and then you will ultimately agree with me that a carnivore world, the current carnivore world, is optimal compared to a vegan universe.
All right, I'm gonna be like super cooperative, and then let's go.
All right. So
Okay, first thing that we do. What's our first step to take this hypothetical and apply it to the real world?
the first step is to
Let's change these traits. Let's change them. Let's go.
yeah. So we're gonna kill the animals painfully. We're gonna chop their head
We
off.
are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not gonna change anything. We'll soon see. So if it were me, that you're going to eat, right? Because at this point we're eating humans, so you might as well eat me. So let's say
Are we changing the topic now, or are we still
no,
like working our way back to the vegan,
the
to the real world?
vegan. We're in a carnivore universe.
Yeah.
No, here let me tell you this scenario. So somebody knocks on the door right now and tells me, "Hey, how are you? So we know you think you're a normal person, but you're not. We brought you into this world in order to shoot you and eat you right now." So my response to that is, it's been a great honor. Please do it as quickly and as painlessly as you can. But either way, it's been a hell of a ride. I don't regret a second. Thank you very much for the pleasure of having this life. Now, my life has been terrible. I've been abused, and I'm just my life was always like really, really terrible. So nothing to write home about. So but it doesn't matter. I never killed myself. So that means at the end of the day, the balance sheet, my personal balance sheet, and I have gone through incredible abuse. Still, I enjoyed life. Just living, even through abuse, is fun. Just living this life, doing nothing, just being bored. It's terrific. It's better than not living. Look, I can always off myself, and I didn't. Most people don't. Anyway, the point is,
So
mhm,
can I ask you? Yeah. So your point is that living is better than not living, theoretically. Not that you know what not living is like, but living is better than not living, and transitioning into not living is not something that most people want,
mhm.
unless living is for some reason excruciating to them. The in a profound kind of way that's unrecoverable. If
What?
Yeah, and at the point that they shoot you,
Mhm.
uh,
I
do
salute
they
and look.
have a decision? Yeah,
Mhm.
you have gratitude. Got it. Uh, Now, at the point at which that they make that decision, does that decision to shoot you increase or decrease happiness?
I mean, I guess what do you mean increase? It doesn't on
It
average.
doesn't change. It doesn't add happiness. Let's say because it's
No,
painless. Blah blah
to
blah.
the balance sheet of the
But
universe. As soon as I die, someone else can take up my space. So on average, we didn't even change the balance sheet of the happiness of the universe, except for the minor inconvenience of being shot.
no. That would presume optimal or like perfect uses of resources, which is not what we use. Or not
No,
what we do.
this universe.
There's no presumption that.
No, I mean, there's a number of people on this earth at any given time. So if you kill me, statistically, someone else will replace me. It's just statistically.
You're doing a quick save, like move, like this is not an answer to the question that I asked you, right? All else being held equal, the decision to shoot you in the head, does it add additional happiness to the world, or excuse me, does the world after that point in time, does it have more or less happiness in it as a result of that decision?
I think I answered. I said it
Yeah,
cannot.
the answer is that it has less.
How?
Right? Because you
I'm not
lose
going to be
a
replaced?
minute, hours. You lose a
No, I
minute,
don't care. But we're doing a
hours, years.
balance sheet of a universe. I'm just a member in this universe. We're
Right?
not
And I
doing
held all else equal. So you can't bring in another person to backfill this if you're going to take some like
all else.
abstract idea about
No,
total
no,
math,
no.
right? We're just subtracting one person from the universe with a bullet, right?
Yeah, if we're just subtracting, then you're right. Yeah, the universe is sad. Has become less happy.
So the act of killing
Instantaneously, infinitesimally reduces.
subtracts
Yes, it's in.
subtracts from aggregate happiness.
Yes.
Okay. So I think that's it then. I think the act of killing is
but then you have to agree.
Unethical or suboptimal per your metric.
But then you have to agree that every time we bring a creature into existence, we raise the happiness of the universe.
Okay.
And on average, if we just maintain some balance, then the average happiness doesn't change. If we kill someone, now we have room to bring somebody else. We're going to eat. Look,
Right.
it's the cycle.
I get what you mean, but you're ignoring the counterfactual, which I think defeats the argument.
What is the counterfactual defeats the argument?
Yeah, counterfactual is world where you make the decision to kill someone versus world where you don't, no
What do
matter
you
how
mean?
painlessly or whatever.
I don't understand.
That was what I walked through, where I said, like, hey, world, you have world, right? And a decision point occurs, and then there's a world after the decision point,
Okay.
where person goes left or the person goes right, right? That
Okay.
they decide to kill or decide not to kill.
Mm-hmm.
And if the person makes a decision to kill,
Mm-hmm.
there is less aggregate happiness. If they make a decision not to kill, there is more aggregate happiness.
Right.
That is a defeater for the argument that it is optimal
Hold on.
to kill someone
No, because
in any universe.
no, because in a practical universe, you just have the cycle of life, and when you kill someone, you're gonna just bring somebody else to replace them, and you just have the cycle of life. You have an amount of resources, this earth, and in this earth right now, you can have about, let's say, 8 billion people and 8 billion cows or whatever. There is a certain this earth has a certain ability to sustain a certain population of life, of happiness. So if you kill someone, he's just going to be replaced. You just made room. My apartment is vacant. Someone can move in, right? I mean, the food I'm eating is available. Someone is going to come and eat it.
Yeah, in theory, there's more resources available for someone else to use, but there's no mechanism for replacing that person in your
What do you
argument.
mean? There's a constant demographic pressure. That's the ability of the earth to sustain X amount of people at this time using this technology and everything.
But the answer to that current question, when we ask the question of how many people does that system support, the answer is something less than X.
What is X?
And I mean, even if it was X,
what is X?
There'd be no way that you could you'd have to like perfectly time it Number one. Number two,
We're talking
we're
about
only looking from a third party perspective.
no. We're talking about
Yeah, this is
we're talking about fluctuations on a trend. So we're ignoring fluctuations. At any one point, there could be an earthquake and 1,000 people died. There could be a massacre, and on average, you have a certain amount of life on the planet.
right. And
So if
in
you
these
kill someone,
fluctuations,
yes,
right? During one of these fluctuations, is the world less happy during one of those
yeah, it's a
fluctuations where
fluctuation. You
people die?
have like any other measured phenomenon, you always have fluctuations on the trend.
Right. And when you kill someone, does the fluctuation go up or down?
Down.
Right. So
But some,
what
but
you're
some,
arguing is that
but
the
but
world is trending optimally? I don't know. I'm kind of
I
lost
don't know
here.
what that. I don't know what I didn't discuss optimal. I mean, I guess
You-
the world is trying to. Everyone is trying to maximize. So I guess the world on aggregate is trying to maximize its happiness. Every creature is trying to maximize happiness. So I guess the world is optimized in that regard because all creatures are trying to optimize. I guess I don't know. I didn't.
Have
I'm not.
you?
Hmm.
Okay, so quick question.
So last one because I need to shut down
Yeah,
my
yeah,
screen.
we could do one more. I have a recommendation for some reading that I think you'll find is interesting.
Sure.
More so than you might think when I say that.
Okay.
Okay, but what's your next step that we take to get us towards the real world
No, I mean I gotta
for the
go. I mean,
hypothetical, or are we
my
done with
no,
that?
my next step is just add. I mean, add more pain. Put them in boxes. Don't let them move. It doesn't matter. They're always gonna
It
be
all sounds
happy.
real fucked up to me.
Fine. It's still a happier universe than the vegan universe. That's what I'm saying. You put them in a
You
box.
could also make an argument for the hedonic treadmill as well.
I'm not even going there. I mean, I don't need to go there. I just go by my experience. I would rather live in a box than die. People in the Holocaust did not commit suicide. It does. Yeah, it's. I guess it's a hedonic
Yeah,
treadmill.
Yeah, I
but
know.
there's no reason to
That
keep them in a
it's the
box.
definition of the hedonic treadmill,
Right.
right?
It doesn't.
It's like we have a happiness baseline that we'll always go
Exactly.
to,
Yeah.
that we'll get used to at some point.
Yeah.
The hedonic treadmill.
Look,
You
you
mean
look at.
hedonic adaptation?
Anyway.
I guess
Well,
hedonic treadmill is kind of a cool word. That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean I've just heard it used in that way. Maybe there's a specific way that you're using it that's different, you know?
Yeah, maybe so. But it sounds like a similar idea.
Okay.
Well, anyways, yeah, I guess I would say that I'm not real content with number 4.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, I'm not content with it either. So I'm never fully happy with anything. I'm always trying to, figure things
Yeah.
out.
No, it's good. Like I actually really appreciate that you came to visit and you put some stuff on the table to talk about. Like that takes effort, that takes thought, that takes putting yourself out there and exposing yourself to critique. These are all things that I really respect, and I appreciate you for doing that.
Definitely, likewise. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
But by the way, I'm here.
Well, my job's easy. I just get to poke holes. That's the easy fun part. You did all the
Fine.
work, so thank you for that.
Thank you. Anyway, I'm here every morning, 11 a.m., every night, 11 p.m. these days for 1 hour debating people on anything like this list. So I'll be back tomorrow morning and in greater numbers.
Okay.
All right, guys. Good night. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Later.
Bye.
Later. All right. So many compliments. So sometimes they compliment you, sometimes they derogate you. The uncomfortable truth. All right, let's read some comments. Uncomfortable, you're coming on? Uncomfortable, it's 12, it's midnight. You don't have an excuse not to come on. Be right back, okay? J-Rock. Spicoli, I'm sorry I had to remove you because when I debate, I cannot talk. Because I need to listen to what they're saying. I can't listen to both you and them. They cannot hear you. So that's a problem. I don't even know if Spicoli is here. Anyway, metastasize. Edward G. Johnson said, and who the fuck is femoid? I don't know. Over for debate groppers? You mean gropers? Metastasize. My end of day entertainment is here. I'm happy. I'm happy that I am your end of day happiness. Entertainment, I mean. Metastasize the whole virus, baby. All right, J Rock is here. J Rock #1 slate. Oh, J Rock is terrific because alone it's very difficult. J Rock is really helpful. Woody Johnson. Right. So Chedmaster, Maxer, Mr. Slave, just do OnlyFans. When my owner moves in, tomorrow night I'm doing the final move, and during the weekend she will hopefully actually move herself. Yeah, we might do something. Probably not, because she is off the grid, so I don't know. Uncomfortable Mrs. Slave, can you just talk to Spicoli and Woody Johnson about Ashley and the trauma? I'd rather not. I don't want to talk about it. Brings up bad memories. It hurts me. It pains me. I regret. Wait a minute. Did I skip something? Yeah, I skipped this one. Mr. Slave is terrific. Thank you. Thank you, Kari. Uncomfortable. I understand you want to talk about drama. Me too. I love drama. But what I discovered is that when I talk about those days, it it causes me to have a flashback of the pain, and I'd rather not, because I need to go to sleep. I need to sleep. Last night I wasn't able to sleep. I don't even know why. It was really weird. I slept really, really terribly. Woke up like at 3 a.m. and at 4 and at 5, and Jesus, it was terrible. So I understand you want the drama. I just want to do the debates and then read some comments, maybe have a chit chat and kill myself. Jarek says, I'll come back after the debate is over. Uncomfortable says he's doing it again. If he's losing an argument, he always has his trump card. Everything is unknowable. We don't know anything. We don't know if anything is fundamental truth. I wasn't using that tonight as my trump card. He wanted to debate that point, right? One of my points is I don't remember where it came up. Oh yeah, it came up from #1 from amoral egoism. Somehow I don't remember how it came up. He just slowly it creeped on us, that topic. So it is a trump card. I don't know if you'd have to give me an example where I abused it. I try not to abuse, but yeah, sometimes I'm fallible and I might abuse my trump card. That's not a good thing. It would not make me happy. Mandan Dawn says Bill Nye goes hard. I don't know what that means. Uncomfortable says, fine, we're not going to talk about me. We're not going to make this about me. No ad hominem. J-Rock is back. No ad hominem. Look, anyway, all right. Okay, J-Rock, what's up? Tell me what's up. Did you listen to the debate?
While you were doing the debate, I was working on editing my own video.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I'm just having trouble coming up with what am I gonna call my channel? Cause this account.
That's always hard. Yeah, just call it J-Rock for now.
But there's a lot of accounts called J-Rock. I looked it up and there was 5, 6, or 7.
Then X Shrock or something crazy like blue oil. Blue regolith. Like no one is gonna come up with blue regolith or purple regolith. Like something bizarre. Regolith is like the moon dust is called regolith.
Yeah, we'll see what I come up with. So did you see the news on Hormaxer? He just made a second porn yesterday.
No, I did not see it. I'm not into porn. I mean, I care for Hormaxer that he will succeed and be happy, but I'm not so much into watching porn at this point. I'm out of the porn loop. I'm doing NoFap, strict NoFap. Wait, somebody's here? Oh no, that's okay. Anyway, if nobody's coming on except for J-Rock, yeah.
No, I understand not being into the porn and stuff, but I'm just saying that I just brought it up because since he's like a friend and stuff. Like I
Yeah.
thought you might be interested to hear that he's working towards his goals.
That's terrific. I guess, yeah, that's important. Yeah, I mean, if he's able to make an income from having sex, that would be amazing. That's like my dream. What I can do, because there are some really old men who do porn, and because like I hate watching these studs, the super muscular studs with the big dicks. I hate it. I would rather watch an ugly, short, fat, disgusting slob banging because that's like me. Like I don't want to have to compare myself to this alpha stud. So I don't understand. Like I don't watch porn to watch an alpha stud who's all jacked up. That doesn't make any sense to me. I want to watch. I want to be my. I want to pretend it's me who's with the girl. So for that, I need the guy to be like super beta, like the worst, like a useless, like a maggot. And I'd rather him be treated like a maggot. I want him to be, used and abused, just like that's my fantasy. Anyway, so I could do. I used to watch when I used to watch porn. So I used to watch when I used to get my hands on it, like an old man. Like there's these old dudes, but even they had huge dicks. It's like for some reason it's no, stop it with the big dicks. Like have a tiny dick. A tiny dick is much better. It's much better that the woman makes fun of the tiny pee-pee. It's so delicious.
Well,
So
to
wait,
each their own. Are you gonna go visit Hormaxer today? Maybe after
I'm
you finish your stream.
I'm gonna try every night when I finish. He's already done, so I don't know what to do. Wait, let me read some comments. So uncomfortable says the call it the woke mind virus. Call what? The woke mind virus channel. Oh, J-Rock, call it the woke mind virus. That's gonna get you so many views. That's a good idea. That's what I would call it. The woke mind virus. Absolutely. Great call, Uncomfortable. By the way, Uncomfortable Truth is also a good name. Yeah, and I completely agree with Uncomfortable. But he says call it WMV channel. I wouldn't call it WMV. I would call it the Woke Mind Virus channel. Welcome everybody to the Woke Mind Virus channel. And it doesn't, yeah.
I'm not sure if that name would match with what I want to do. So
It doesn't have to. Playing with fire has nothing to do with anything, and it's a good name. It's as good as any. It's abstract. What you want is an abstract name, a name that has nothing to do with anything. So it's anything and everything. It's a weird name that people are going to remember. Now with Alex playing with fire, he keeps saying that everybody finds the song. Apparently, there's a song playing with fire. So that hurts his like people can't find him when they search whatever. But I think the woke mind virus, I think you'd be the only one. Look, you need to be when you tell people when they ask you, okay, what's your channel? You need to be able to tell them it's the woke mind virus channel. So it's easy to remember. It's words that are easy to remember, easy to type into the search bar. You don't get confused between. Nobody's going to think that like that you're misspelling something. There's no misspelling. Everything is spelled properly. That's what it's all about. And it's a good abstract name. Think of names of bands: The Doors, The Monkees, The Beatles. The Beatles. Do you think they are Beatles? The name Beatles has anything to do with the Beatles?
How about the Slaves?
Exactly. Or Queen, the band Queen. How is that relevant to anything? And they had the greatest hits ever, but the name is ludicrous. Nothing to do with anything. So a name. Think of your name, whatever your name is. It has nothing to do with who you are. A name is just a name. It has to be funny and fun and interesting and easy to pronounce and easy to type in, you know. Anyway, let's continue reading comments. So, Uncomfortable says, it would be great if the name were a homage to Mr. Slave. Okay, fine. Yeah, homage. No, don't think about me. You have to think about yourself. So Uncomfortable says, therefore, woke mind virus, the greatest phenomenon of all time. Yeah, the woke mind virus is a super powerful phenomenon. The ultimate. Oh, you can. Okay, here's the name of a channel. The ultimate destroyer of mankind. No, the ultimate destroyer of all civilizations. Anyway,
Yeah, lots
these
of
are,
interesting ideas, Slave.
well,
So
mm-hmm.
anyways, when I had a conversation with Ganstar on a private stream, just like when me and you had a conversation in a different private stream, we were discussing ideas for when I start my channel, and one of the ideas was that maybe on one of the live streams, me and him can cam up and we could like work out together, like do push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups on stream, you know, something like that.
Sure, but you know,
Would
there's. Would
would you
I?
join us too?
No, I don't do those. I do MMA, and when I do MMA, I my face is revealed, and no, I cannot join you, unfortunately.
No, but what if you wear your ski mask or your balaclava while you're
No, I don't exercise at home. When I'm home, I sit and work, and I'm very lazy. I'm a lazy guy when I'm home. When I go to the gym, yeah, I kill everybody until they're all dead. But at home, I'm like a cat. I'm like a fat cat. No, I don't exercise at home at all. Never, never, never. I will never do it. I have a gym like in where I live. I can just go to the gym, but I might as well kill myself. It's so boring. I do MMA because it's just less boring. It's exercise that, you know, you have to exercise your mind when you at the same time that you're doing the actual exercise. Unlike like CrossFit and weightlifting, there's no thought, there's no thinking. And that for me is very difficult. I used to swim, and that is so boring. Oh my God, swimming is so boring. I guess it's good meditation, but how much can you meditate? I mean, it's terrible. Anyway, any final thoughts, Mr. J Rock, before I kill myself?
um after you end this one right here, are you gonna yeah, should we both go to visit Hormax or
Yeah,
and
I mean, if he didn't shut
congratulate him?
down, yeah, sure. If he didn't shut it down, yeah, we'll go.
All right, well that's all I got for now. I'm gonna head over.
Excellent.
I will see you at Hormaxers.
Yeah, sure. Tell him to wait for me if he's about to shut down. All
All
right,
right, well,
everybody. Great, J Rock. Thank you.
thank
Okay,
you.
everybody. I'm gonna shut it down. Have a great life. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.